Well, gee, that'd be great. I've always wanted to work in a sheriff's office.
I wouldn't be able to pay.
Although the Andy Griffith Show painted Mayberry as a peaceful and wholesome town, the reality behind the scenes was far less pristine. Floyd the Barber, portrayed by Howard McNair, seemed to embody the town's easygoing rhythm, but the actors and the community they represented carried complexities that didn't always match the squeaky clean image. The scripts, while skillfully crafted, often glossed over the messier sides of small-town life and the personalities involved. Behind the camera, the cast members navigated personal struggles and quirks that contrasted sharply with their on-screen personas. The charm of Mayberry was partly a carefully maintained illusion, with the actors embracing roles that kept the town's image polished, while their real lives revealed a more human, sometimes flawed, side. This contrast between appearance and reality adds a layer of intrigue to the beloved show, reminding us that even the most idyllic settings have their hidden stories.
But you can't just swoop down into town and find wives just like that.
Well, Sheriff...
During the third season of The Andy Griffith Show, actor Howard McNair, who played the beloved character Floyd the Barber, faced serious health challenges after suffering a massive stroke. This unfortunate event forced McNair to take a break from the show, leaving a noticeable gap for fans who had grown fond of his gentle, friendly presence. The show's writers and producers chose to respect his situation and did not rush his return. Instead, they allowed time for McNair to recover, understanding that his health was the priority. About a year and a half later, McNair made a heartfelt comeback to the series. The writers thoughtfully adjusted the scripts to accommodate his physical limitations, ensuring that Floyd's character could still be part of the small-town charm without demanding too much from McNair physically. This careful balance allowed viewers to reconnect with Floyd while showing compassion for the actor's condition, maintaining the warm and familiar feel that made the show so special.
Boys, huh? Now do you believe me?
Floyd's character returned with a noticeable change in demeanor, often seen sitting quietly with his hands resting in his lap or holding a newspaper, giving him a more subdued presence compared to earlier portrayals. This subtle shift reflected a calmer, more reflective side of Floyd, adding depth to his role in the show. Meanwhile, George Lindsay brought a fresh energy to the series by playing Goober, Gomer Pyle's cousin. Lindsay made a smooth transition from his previous work in Western roles to a comedic character, which allowed him to showcase his versatility as an actor. His portrayal of Goober added a new layer of humor and charm to the series, complementing the existing cast and enriching the show's dynamic. This adaptation of characters and the inclusion of George Lindsay as Goober helped maintain the show's appeal and kept audiences engaged with familiar yet evolving personalities.
If you want a job, Ope, you're going about it the wrong way, if you don't mind me saying so.
I am.
Before The Andy Griffith Show, Ron Howard, who played Opie, had appeared in various Western roles, including parts on The Rifleman and Daniel Boone. However, these roles did not suit him well, as his talents were better showcased in other types of characters. Meanwhile, Andy Griffith discovered Jim Nabors in 1962 during a nightclub performance. Nabors' unique voice and comedic style caught Griffith's attention, leading to the creation of the beloved character Gomer Pyle. Frances Bavay, who played Aunt Bee, played a significant role behind the scenes by advising Jim Nabors to adjust his performance style for television. Bavay's guidance helped Nabors transition from his nightclub act to a more subtle and suitable television presence, making Gomer Pyle a memorable and endearing character on the show. This collaboration and adaptation contributed greatly to the success and charm of The Andy Griffith Show, blending talents from different backgrounds into a harmonious ensemble that resonated with viewers.
You'd know a whole lot about that, would you? Want me to explain it to you? See, when you diversify...
Gomer Pyle quickly became one of the most beloved characters on The Andy Griffith Show, charming audiences with his simple, good-hearted nature and catchphrases. His popularity was so great that it led to the creation of a spin-off show, Gomer Pyle USMC, where his character's adventures in the Marine Corps were explored. Meanwhile, off-screen, Jim Nabors, who played Gomer, developed a close friendship with Frances Bavay, the actress who portrayed Aunt Bee. Their shared interest in antiquing brought them together frequently, and they spent a lot of time enjoying this hobby, strengthening their bond beyond the cameras. At the same time, Andy Griffith, who played the sheriff, had a personal relationship that mirrored some of the show's romantic storylines. He was involved in an off-screen affair with Anita Corso, the actress who played his girlfriend on the show. This behind-the-scenes connection added an extra layer of complexity to the interactions seen on screen. The friendships and relationships among the cast members contributed to the warmth and authenticity of the show's atmosphere, making it resonate with viewers in a unique way.
I heard somebody.
During the time The Andy Griffith Show was on air, some of the personal lives of its stars became intertwined with the show's cast and crew. Don Knotts, who played the beloved character Barney Fife, had an affair with Lynn Paul. This relationship led to significant changes in his personal life, culminating in his divorce from his wife Catherine Metz in 1964. Meanwhile, Andy Griffith, the star of the show, also faced challenges in his marriage. He divorced his wife Barbara, and reports suggest that his relationships with several guest stars, including Joanna Moore, played a role in the breakdown of their marriage. These behind-the-scenes events revealed a complex and sometimes difficult personal side to the actors who brought the simple, friendly town of Mayberry to life on television. The intertwining of their off-screen relationships with their professional lives added a layer of real-life drama that contrasted with the wholesome image of the show itself.
Now, this is a waste of time listening to this. I can tell you exactly what happened. It was just a trick.
The Andy Griffith Show paints a picture of Mayberry as a peaceful, friendly town where everyone knows each other, and life moves at a gentle pace. This idealized version of small-town America offers comfort and nostalgia, inviting viewers to escape from the complexities of the real world. However, behind the scenes, the lives of the actors were quite different from the calm and simple existence portrayed on screen. The reality of working in television, with its demands and pressures, contrasts sharply with the slow, easygoing rhythm of Mayberry life. Despite this, Mayberry has taken on a life of its own in the minds of viewers, becoming more than just a fictional setting. It represents a state of mind where kindness, community, and simplicity reign, a place people return to for reassurance and hope. This blend of fiction and emotional truth allows Mayberry to endure as a symbol of the values many cherish, even though the actual experience of the show's cast and crew was far from the serene world they helped create. The Andy Griffith Show, a hallmark of 1960s American television, remains a significant cultural touchstone for its portrayal of small-town life with warmth and humor. It offers a gentle, affectionate look at the rhythms and relationships of Mayberry, a fictional town that resonates with universal themes of community, human nature, and simple pleasures. The show's strength lies in its ability to capture the essence of American small-town values without resorting to cynicism or caricature, presenting characters who are relatable and situations that reflect everyday human experiences. One of the most praised aspects of the series is its nuanced character development and the sensitive handling of human nature. Andy Griffith's portrayal of Sheriff Andy Taylor stands out as a figure of wisdom, kindness, and quiet authority. His interactions with the other residents of Mayberry reveal a deep understanding of human character and community dynamics. While the show lacks a direct adversary akin to the literary contrast found in Giovanni Guareschi's Don Camillo series, the character of Barney Fife introduces a contrasting dynamic that is both comedic and endearing. Barney's well-meaning, but often bumbling nature provides a foil to Andy's calm and measured demeanor, adding layers to the storytelling without detracting from the show's overall warmth. The series is often noted for its early episodes, which many fans and critics regard as superior to those produced later in the show's run. This perceived decline is frequently linked to the transition from black and white to color filming, marking a shift not only in visual style, but perhaps in the tone and pacing of the show. The earlier episodes are appreciated for their simplicity and the subtlety of their humor, which some feel became more diluted as the series progressed. Despite its specific American setting, The Andy Griffith Show resonates on a broader scale because it taps into universal human themes. The portrayal of Mayberry's community life, with its mix of desires, fears, and everyday obsessions, reflects a shared human experience that transcends geography. This universality has led some to compare Mayberry to the villages depicted in Guareschi's works, suggesting that the core of human nature remains consistent across different cultures and contexts. However, it is also recognized that such programming, gentle, character-driven, and reflective, has become increasingly rare in American television. The show stands as a testament to a style of storytelling that prioritizes character and community over spectacle, a style that many feel is missing in contemporary programming despite the availability of talent. This has led to a sense of nostalgia and a desire for wider recognition of the Andy Griffith Show beyond American audiences, where its themes and humor could find appreciation. In summary, the Andy Griffith Show is celebrated for its sensitive and insightful portrayal of small-town America, anchored by strong performances and thoughtful writing. While opinions vary regarding the quality of its later episodes and the impact of its transition to color, the series remains a beloved classic that captures essential truths about human nature and community life. Its enduring appeal lies in its ability to present a world that is both distinctly American and universally relatable, making it a timeless piece of television history.
I'll put on my square wheels so things won't get the wrong.
As the familiar stories of Mayberry fade from the screen, a new chapter quietly begins. Beyond the laughter and small-town charm lies a fascinating tale of the actors who brought these beloved characters to life. What paths did they follow once the cameras stopped rolling? Some found new stages to conquer, others faced unexpected challenges, and a few surprises await that even the most devoted fans might not know. Join us now as we step behind the scenes to uncover the real lives behind the roles, revealing stories of success, struggle, and transformation that continue to echo long after the final credits. This is more than a look back. It's an exploration of legacy and change that will deepen your connection to Mayberry forever.
Well,
Richard Keith took on the role of Johnny Paul Jason in the 1960s television series The Andy Griffith Show, a character that added a layer of youthful complexity to the small-town narrative. His portrayal was marked by a subtle intensity, bringing to life a young man caught between innocence and the darker shades of adolescence. After the show, Keith's career did not follow a straightforward path. He struggled to find roles that matched the early promise he showed, often typecast or overlooked in the shifting landscape of television and film. Beyond his professional challenges, Keith's personal life was marked by turbulence. He faced financial difficulties and battled with the isolation that often shadows former child actors. Rumors of strained relationships and brief brushes with substance issues surfaced, painting a picture of a man wrestling with his past and identity. Despite these hardships, Keith remained out of the public eye for years, with only sporadic appearances and interviews. The last known information places him living quietly, away from the spotlight, his current whereabouts largely unknown, leaving a lingering air of mystery around his later life.
I don't know, maybe I'm coming down with something.
I know all the signs.
Hope Summers portrayed Clara Edwards, the sharp-tongued yet endearing town gossip on The Andy Griffith Show. Her character was a fixture in Mayberry, often providing dry humor and a grounded presence amidst the show's lighter moments. After the series ended, Summers continued acting, though she never recaptured the same level of recognition. She appeared in various television shows and films, often in supporting roles, but her career was marked by the challenges of typecasting and limited opportunities for older actresses. Beyond her professional life, Summers faced personal hardships, including the loss of close family members and long periods of relative obscurity. She was known to be fiercely private, rarely giving interviews, which fueled a quiet mystery around her later years. There were no public scandals, but the shadows of loneliness and fading fame seemed to linger. The last known reports indicate she lived quietly away from the spotlight, with few details emerging about her final decades. Her legacy remains tied to Clara Edwards, a role that captured a complex blend of humor and humanity.
Very possible that Thelma Lou wasn't the girl for me.
you said that. I did.
Denver Pyle's portrayal of Briscoe Darling in The Andy Griffith Show brought a rugged, stubborn charm that contrasted sharply with the show's lighter moments. Briscoe was a rough-hewn mountain man, a character shaped by hardship and isolation, embodying a frontier spirit that was both endearing and unpredictable. After the show, Pyle's career took a steady, if less celebrated, path through numerous television roles, often cast as authority figures or gruff patriarchs. His life off-screen was marked by quiet resilience rather than scandal, though he faced personal challenges including the early death of his son, which deeply affected him. Pyle's reputation remained largely untarnished, his public persona one of professionalism and dedication. In his later years, he withdrew from acting, living a private life away from the spotlight. Denver Pyle passed away in 1997, leaving behind a legacy that is remembered more for its steady craftsmanship than for drama or controversy. His final years were spent in relative obscurity, with little public information beyond his death, which closed the chapter on a career that quietly influenced American television.
Ours Otis.
She threw a dish at me.
Well, you swung a leg of lamb at her.
But I missed her.
Yeah, but you hit her mother.
Don Knotts brought a unique charm and depth to the character of Barney Fife in The Andy Griffith Show. As the bumbling deputy, Knotts portrayed a man who oscillated between courage and cowardice, making him a beloved figure. His comedic timing and ability to convey desperation and vulnerability won the hearts of audiences. Behind the laughs, Knotts struggled with personal issues. He battled deep-seated insecurities that stemmed from his childhood, marked by bullying and a difficult family dynamic. This backdrop often fueled the emotional complexity he infused into Barney Fife. Post-show, Knotts faced a mix of professional successes and personal hardships. He won 5 Emmy Awards but found himself typecast in similar roles, struggling to escape the shadow of Barney Fife. His personal life was tumultuous. He endured a painful divorce from his first wife, Catherine, after more than 25 years of marriage, which left him heartbroken. His later years were marked by the tragic loss of family and health issues, including a long battle with lung cancer. Knotts passed away in 2006, but his legacy endures. The last known information highlights the ongoing appreciation for Knotts' work, proving the enduring impact of his portrayal of Barney Fife on American culture.
Nice wedding, preacher.
Thank you. I'm kind of worried about that little fella, your deputy.
Ron Howard's portrayal of O.P. Taylor in The Andy Griffith Show captured the innocence and complexity of childhood in a small town. His character was a quiet observer and sometimes a source of gentle wisdom, reflecting a nuanced performance that belied his young age. After the show ended, Howard's career evolved dramatically. He transitioned from acting to directing, a move that revealed a deeper, more serious side of his talents. His directing credits include acclaimed films like Apollo 13 and A Beautiful Mind, showcasing his ability to handle complex narratives and emotional depth. Despite his professional success, Howard's life was not without struggles. He faced the challenge of shedding his child star image, a common trap that derailed many of his peers. There were no major public scandals, but he has spoken about the pressures of early fame and the isolation it sometimes brought. His personal life, including his marriage to Cheryl Alley and their 3 children, has remained largely private, avoiding the tabloid spotlight. The last known updates show Howard continuing to direct and produce, maintaining a respected presence in Hollywood. His story is one of transformation and resilience, quietly navigating the shadows behind the spotlight.
Age of miracles. Used to, we sat around.
Parley Baer portrayed Mayor Roy Stoner in The Andy Griffith Show, embodying a figure of local authority whose presence, though not central, added depth to the small-town dynamics. Baer's performance captured a man shaped by the quiet struggles of leadership, often overshadowed by larger personalities, but essential to the town's fabric. After the show, Baer's career spanned radio, television, and film, with notable voice work in animation and steady character roles. Despite professional success, his personal life was marked by challenges. Baer faced periods of financial strain and battled health issues that affected his later years. His private struggles remained largely out of the public eye, adding a layer of mystery to his otherwise prolific career. The last known details suggest he lived quietly, away from the spotlight, until his death in 2002. His legacy endures through the diverse roles he played, a testament to a man who navigated both the demands of Hollywood and the shadows within.
You are Mayberry though.
Sure, look all right. I ain't wore this suit since
Eleanor Donahue's portrayal of Ellie Walker in The Andy Griffith Show brought a rare blend of warmth and subtle complexity to the role of a small-town doctor's assistant in the early 1960s. Ellie was more than a background character. She held a quiet strength and intelligence that contrasted with the show's lighter moments, hinting at Donahue's ability to convey depth beneath simplicity. After the show, Donahue's career shifted with the changing tides of Hollywood. She faced the challenge common to many actresses of her era, finding meaningful roles as she aged. She moved into guest roles on various television series, but the spotlight dimmed. Personal hardships shadowed her life, including a turbulent first marriage, and the pressures of maintaining a career while raising children. There were whispers of disputes with studios over typecasting, and dissatisfaction with the limited roles offered to women at the time. Despite these struggles, Donahue remained resilient, quietly retreating from the public eye in later years. The last known information places her living a private life, away from Hollywood's glare, with few public appearances or interviews, preserving an air of mystery around her current circumstances.
So funny about that?
Nothing. Nothing funny about that. It was a practical joke.
Howard Morris brought to life the wild, unrefined character Ernest T. Bass on The Andy Griffith Show, leaving a lasting impression with his manic energy and distinctive hillbilly charm. His portrayal was marked by a raw, unpredictable presence, embodying a character that was both comical and unsettling. After the show, Morris' career was a blend of voice acting and television appearances, but it was not without struggle. He faced professional challenges, including a notable fallout with Mel Brooks during the filming of Silent Movie, which led to his replacement. This incident hinted at deeper tensions in his career, where his outspoken nature sometimes clashed with industry expectations. On a personal level, Morris endured hardships that remained largely private, including health issues that surfaced later in life. Despite these struggles, he continued to work steadily, lending his voice to beloved animated series and maintaining a presence in entertainment. The last known information about Howard Morris reflects a man who, while not free from controversy or difficulty, left a complex legacy marked by his unique talent and resilience.
In the case before the bench, I find that while the defendants are guilty as charged, their unselfish devotion to charity should be a...
Frances Bavey brought Ann B. Taylor to life with a quiet strength and warmth that anchored the show's heart. Her portrayal was simple yet profound, embodying a woman rooted in tradition and care, often masking a deeper loneliness and longing beneath her cheerful exterior. After the show ended, Bavey's career slowed, shadowed by personal struggles. She retreated from Hollywood, moving to a small town in North Carolina, seeking peace away from the spotlight. Rumors of her difficult temperament and clashes on set occasionally surfaced, painting a picture of a woman burdened by the pressures of fame and typecasting. In later years, she faced health problems and isolation, living a reclusive life until her death in 1989. Despite her retreat, the mystery around her private life remains, with few close accounts revealing the full truth. The last known details portray a woman who found solace in quiet solitude, far from the world that once adored her.
Heat. Switch to fullest tank. Now turn the base.
Howard McNear's portrayal of Floyd Lawson, the gentle and somewhat bumbling barber on The Andy Griffith Show, etched a quiet but unforgettable mark on television history. His character's slow speech and nervous mannerisms created a comforting presence in Mayberry, yet behind the scenes, McNear's life bore a far darker tone. Before The Andy Griffith Show, McNear had a solid career in radio and film, but his health took a tragic turn after a stroke in 1963. This stroke left him partially paralyzed and affected his speech, forcing him to adapt his role on the show to accommodate these new limitations. Despite these challenges, McNear returned to the screen, his portrayal of Floyd becoming even more poignant as he embodied vulnerability and resilience. His personal life was marked by quiet struggles, battling the effects of his stroke, while maintaining a career in an industry that often demands perfection. There were no public scandals, but the shadow of his illness loomed large, shaping his final years. Howard McNear passed away in 1969, his legacy tied to a character that brought warmth amid his own hardships. George Lindsay's portrayal of Goober Pyle in The Andy Griffith Show was a defining moment in his career, embodying the awkward, good-natured mechanic with a quirky charm that left a lasting impression. Goober was more than comic relief. He was a symbol of innocence and simplicity in a changing world. After the show ended, Lindsay struggled to escape the shadow of Goober, often typecast and limited in roles. Despite this, he persisted, branching into voice work and occasional guest appearances. His personal life, however, was marked by quiet battles. Lindsay faced health challenges, including heart issues that demanded multiple surgeries. He also endured the loneliness of fading fame, a common plight for many character actors of his era. Though no major scandals stained his reputation, his life was touched by the sorrow of losing close friends and colleagues. In his later years, Lindsay remained connected to fans through appearances at conventions and retrospectives. The last known updates confirm he lived a relatively private life, focusing on health and family until his passing in 2012. His legacy as Goober Pyle endures, a testament to his unique place in television history.
You did get this in the woods.
Jack Dodson's portrayal of Howard Sprague in The Andy Griffith show brought to life a character defined by awkward charm and a yearning for sophistication that often clashed with a small-town setting. Howard was a county clerk, socially awkward and somewhat repressed, embodying a quiet desperation beneath his mild manners. Dodson's performance captured this subtle tension, making Howard both comedic and oddly sympathetic. After the show ended, Dodson continued to work steadily in television and film but never reached the same level of recognition. His career included guest roles on popular series like MASH and Designing Women, but he remained largely under the radar. Off-screen, Dodson faced personal challenges, including struggles with health issues and the difficulties of maintaining steady work in a fickle industry. There were no widely reported scandals, but his life reflected the quiet hardships of many character actors who never found lasting fame. Jack Dodson passed away in 1994, leaving behind a legacy tied closely to the gentle yet poignant character of Howard Sprague. His last years were spent away from the spotlight, with little public information about his final days.
Display like that, typical of all the problems we're suffering with our young people today.
Andy Griffith embodied the role of Andy Taylor, the calm and wise sheriff of Mayberry, with a quiet strength that belied the simplicity of the character. His portrayal captured a deep sense of moral clarity and subtle complexity, making Andy Taylor more than just a small-town lawman. He was a figure of steady authority and gentle understanding. After the show ended, Griffith's career took a turn toward more dramatic roles, including his acclaimed performance in the film A Face in the Crowd, which revealed a darker, more cynical side of his acting range. Despite his public persona, Griffith's personal life was marked by turbulence. He faced a painful divorce, struggles with alcoholism, and the tragic death of his son, which cast long shadows over his later years. His battle with health issues, including emphysema, further complicated his final decades. In his later life, Griffith largely withdrew from the spotlight, living quietly until his death in 2012. His legacy remains tied to the warmth of Andy Taylor, but the man behind the role was far more complex, shaped by hardship and resilience.
Oh, not fluently, but Mother and I often frequent an Italian restaurant, and I've managed to pick up some of your native phrases.
Betty Lynn, best known for her role as Thelma Lou on The Andy Griffith Show, brought a charm and depth to the character that endeared her to audiences. Thelma Lou, with her sweet disposition and occasional assertiveness, often stood in contrast to the show's more comedic elements, showcasing Lynn's ability to convey emotion and subtle humor. However, after the show ended, her career took a slow and winding path. Lynn appeared in various television shows and films but never found a role that matched her iconic performance. Beyond acting, Lynn faced personal hardships that shattered her career. She dealt with the pain of losing her beloved brother, an experience that deeply affected her. Lynn was also known for being quiet and private about her love life, with little public knowledge about significant relationships or scandals. As the years passed, she shifted her focus toward her private life and volunteering. In her later years, Lynn found solace in friendships with fellow cast members and lived quietly in California. As of the last known information, Betty Lynn passed away on October 16, 2021, leaving behind a legacy tied closely to her beloved character while shrouded in the quiet layers of her personal struggles.
Hey, Eddie. Hey, Eddie.
Alan Melvin's portrayal of Clarence Doc Mulloy in The Andy Griffith Show was brief yet memorable, adding a layer of complexity to the otherwise straightforward small-town setting. His character, a somewhat gruff but dependable doctor, brought a subtle edge to the show's calm atmosphere. After the series, Melvin's career spanned decades, with notable roles in popular sitcoms like The Phil Silvers Show and The Brady Bunch. Despite his steady work, Melvin's life was not without shadows. Reports suggest he faced personal battles, including struggles with alcoholism, which he managed to keep largely out of the public eye. His private life remained guarded, fueling speculation but few confirmed scandals. In later years, Melvin withdrew from the spotlight, choosing a quieter existence away from Hollywood's glare. The last known information indicates he passed away in 2008, leaving behind a legacy of versatile character, acting rather than tabloid drama. His life story remains a mix of professional success and personal reticence, marked by resilience beneath a calm exterior. Hal Smith's portrayal of Otis Campbell in The Andy Griffith Show was a study in subtlety and depth beneath a comedic surface. Otis, the town drunk locked in the jailhouse by his own volition, was more than a comic relief. Smith infused the character with a weariness that hinted at deeper struggles. This role became Smith's signature, yet it also typecast him in a way that shadowed much of his later career. After the show ended, Smith continued to work steadily, but never recaptured the spotlight Otis had brought. His career was marked by many voice roles in animation, including iconic characters like Owl in Winnie the Pooh, showcasing his range beyond live action. Yet, his personal life was less visible, marked by quiet battles rather than public scandals. He faced health challenges later in life that limited his activity, and he kept a low profile, avoiding the Hollywood limelight. Despite his enduring contributions to television and voice acting, Smith's later years were shrouded in relative obscurity. The last known details reveal he passed away in 1994, leaving behind a legacy that remains quietly influential but somewhat enigmatic. His life, much like Otis Campbell, carried a complexity beneath its public face, a blend of talent, struggle, and resilience.
Of course, Andy.
You say everything's about ready.
Oh, all but the chicken.
Jim Nabors brought a unique charm to his character, Gomer Pyle, in The Andy Griffith Show. His portrayal blended innocence with a lovable naivete, captivating audiences during the show's run from 1962 to 1965. While the character seemed carefree, Nabors faced significant challenges in his personal life. He grew up in rural Alabama, enduring the pressures of poverty, and his struggle to accept his sexuality in a time of widespread discrimination. After leaving the show, Nabors transitioned to a successful career in musical theater and established himself as a singer. Despite his public success, he faced personal hardships, including a battle with identity and the complexities of fame. He remained fiercely private, avoiding the tabloid press, but his later years included a marriage to Stan Cadwallader in 2013, which reflected his quest for companionship. Nabors' health issues, including respiratory problems, emerged in the latter part of his life, yet he continued to be beloved by fans until his passing in 2021. His journey from small-town boy to television icon remains a tale rich with struggles and triumphs against the backdrop of a dramatic era.
Women are just as capable of running Mayberry as the men.
The Andy Griffith Show remains a beloved piece of television history, capturing the simple charm of small-town life through its memorable characters and timeless stories. Andy Griffith himself faced challenges transitioning from his film career to television, but his role as Sheriff Andy Taylor became iconic. Don Knotts, who played the nervous Deputy Barney Fife, won 5 Emmy Awards for his performance, showing how the show balanced humor with heart. Over the years, the cast experienced ups and downs. Ron Howard moved on from acting to become a celebrated director, while Frances Bavay, who played Aunt Bee, stepped back from the spotlight due to health issues. The show's gentle humor and strong sense of community created a comforting escape for many viewers during the 1960s and beyond. Did you watch The Andy Griffith Show as a child? What memories or moments stand out most to you? Share your stories and reflections in the comments below. Would love to hear how this classic show touched your life.
To be too, and I'm proud of him.
You know, Andy, a thing like this happens so seldom.